What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great one. As you can see, a little different scenery here. I'm standing next to a lake, or actually a pond. You can see here there's some wood in the water. Water's pretty dirty in this pond right here, but this pond has a little bit of history. I have come here in the past, this same time of the year, early spring, pre-spawn, and thrown a buzzbait and a spinnerbait and a vibrating jig and caught some really big fish out of this pond. So I'm pretty excited. Got a real nice overcast day today. You guys can see the clouds up above. It was raining earlier this morning, so that's kind of why this water's got so much color to it. I think it's been getting quite a bit of runoff, but it's a great day, prime day. I'm out here in a hoodie, FXR hoodie, and just some sun pants, and got my rubber boots on, because it's going to be a little bit soggy around the edges of this pond, but it's the perfect day to catch them on a buzzbait. I've got a Nichols buzzbait tied on my rod here. I'll show you guys what I got tied on real quick. I got two rods with me, two baits, that's it. Super simple bank fishing today. Excited to bring you guys along for the journey. I've got a 3/8 ounce Nichols Reflex buzzbait. This is on a 7'3" medium heavy rod that I've been testing. This is going to be my new signature series rod from Duckett. I'm super excited for this to come out. You guys are going to be able to get your hands on this thing real soon. Great rod for a variety of things, including that buzzbait. And then another rod that I got rigged up here, Micro Magic Pro, 7-foot medium heavy with a Nichols Pulsator spinnerbait. Little orange kicker blade on there. Can't go wrong with that with muddy water. So got two rods. Gonna not drag this intro out any longer, guys. I'm gonna get out here, throw the chesty on, which is gonna be kind of cool. You guys are gonna see the perspective from my chest here, hopefully reeling in that buzzbait over the surface and seeing a big old bass come up and eating it. So guys, stay tuned. Hopefully it's an awesome video. All right, guys, got the truck parked there, no boat attached, using my feet today, banking it. This is old school. I love fishing this way. I haven't fished this way in quite a while. Pretty excited. Just gonna have these two rods on hand. I'm gonna one of my things that I do when I bank fish a lot, I'll tuck one of them up under my, under my arm. You guys aren't gonna be able to see it because it's out of the frame, but I tuck it up under my arm and then I just walk the bank and parallel. And I literally have no other tackle with me. Hopefully I don't break off anything. I don't think I'm gonna need to retie. I think I'm gonna try to keep it pretty simple. I'm gonna start with the buzzbait, because who doesn't love a good early season buzzbait bite? Gold blade, black and blue buzzbait. I love that gold blade with a black body this time of the year, early season like this. Water's probably, we've had some days in the 60s, so the water's probably high 50s, maybe low 60s on a small body of water like this. So great temperature to throw that buzzbait and hopefully get just absolutely smashed. There's some vines of some old primrose that kind of grows around this pond. The primrose gets pretty thick in the summertime, but this time of the year it's just real dyed back and kind of viney, and the fish will get up around the old vines of this primrose this time of the year and stage, get ready to spawn. And it's not very deep. It's only a couple feet deep at most up around the bank. So it's like you bring this buzzbait over their head and it just irritates the heck out of them and they crush it usually. And this little section of this pond is not typically the best, but I have caught some over here before. I'm gonna work my way around to the better section of the pond here. I've got a few hours to fish. Don't really have to rush through it, so I'm just gonna kind of work my way just thoroughly around the edge. Probably gonna lock this buzzbait in my hand for a while unless I don't get bit. Like I said, I've got that spinnerbait kind of tucked up under my arm as well on this other Duckett rod. And if for some reason I'm not feeling like the buzzbait's getting it done and I need to get down in the column, I'll throw that spinnerbait. But really just a 1-2 punch, keeping it super duper simple. The reason I opt for the 3/8 ounce buzzbait is this time of the year especially too, is I want something a little slower. You could go with a 1/4, but I like the 3/8 because it has a little bit more weight for casting. I personally, this time of the year, I don't put a plastic on the back. You know, a lot of guys will put like a horny toad or some sort of toad or like flapping bait on the back. I like to run just the straight up skirt. I feel like guys really don't do that much, and I catch a ton of giant fish with just a skirt. I run a trailer hook on there. And like I said, that 3/8 ounce just allows you to kind of slow it down, still get a good cast, and it just seems to be the deal. And this Reflex is such a good buzzbait. It has a great sound to it, great squeak. One thing that I will do to the Reflex buzzbait, you guys see this little, I guess clevis, or not clevis, that's on a spinnerbait, rivet. I'll take a pair of like side cutters and I'll crimp that rivet down to where it's like tight and it won't move, and that blade will rub up against there and create a little bit more of a squeak. So just a one little change that I do, but besides that, I just tie that Reflex on straight out of the pack and maybe bend the wire a little bit, whether I want that blade ticking the head or not. This time of the year, I'm not necessarily looking for that blade to be making a ridiculous amount of noise. I just kind of want that natural squeak of it, you know, spinning. When the water gets real warm, I'll set it up to where that that blade is actually ticking into the head. It'll create a louder noise and it'll really irritate the bass. But enough talking, guys. I'm gonna put my head down and try to snatch one of these big ones that lives in here. Caught numerous 5 to 7 pounders out of this pond last year around the same time on the buzzbait. This is a super good pond for big fish. Doesn't have a huge population of bass in it, but it's got some great big ones in it. Oh, I got one, guys. Little baby guy, though. He's flopping in the mud. Come here, dude. Come here, dude. I'm gonna rinse you off, show you to the camera, and get you back. That is not what we were after as far as size. Get your fin out of your gill. But, pretty bass. Man, I thought for sure I would have got a big one for the first one, but hey, that's just a little male. Pretty fish. I mean, really, really healthy fish. Not a mark on him really, besides like maybe right there. It's kind of a strange little mark, but pretty fish. Kind of skinny, but little male just up here getting ready to spawn probably. Where there's males, as you guys can see with that one I lost, there's obviously some females in here too. Gonna get him back. Thanks, buddy. There he goes. Nice. All right, we're on the board. Now time to get a big one. He kind of bent the pulsator a little bit. Fix that up. Check the straightness of the blades. Back in action we are. He hit it up in this old died off primrose. You guys can see that kind of that viney stuff right there. That's where he was. Just nice kind of parallel cast to the shore there in that primrose. See if we can get another one. There he is, guys. There he is, guys. No, he came off. Gosh, dang it. That was a big one, too. How did he come off? God, that fish was so strong. Son of a gun. Oh, my gosh. That was like a 4 or 5 pounder. Gosh, dang. I didn't even know if it was a bass when I hooked it. I don't know how he came off. I thought I hooked him pretty good. The hooks are all good. Super sharp. Oh, man. That's frustrating. He was perfectly right on the edge of that cypress, too. He smoked that thing when it came by there. Man, I thought I had him good. I bumped it off of a piece of wood down there, and he just clobbered it. Okay, so I'm going to put the buzzbait back in the truck when I get back around and do another lap with the spinnerbait. Gosh, dang it. That was a good one too, guys. There's one, guys. There's one, guys. Nice. I think there was more than one right there. Oh, look at that. Check that out, guys. See that fish's eyeballs? Look at that. First of all, trailer hook. That is why I throw a trailer hook. Second of all, see his eyeballs? They're bright red like that. That one's actually a little messed up. But you see how they're red? That means these fish are getting ready to spawn in here. That's not a bad one. That's a 2-something pounder probably. That was a weird bite. It felt like I was getting bit multiple times on that cast before this one actually connected with it. Definitely a nice, healthy fish. I think, I was just looking down here, I think the key to catching that fish was seeing this rubber duck. Oh, I'm just kidding. You think he would eat the duck? Bass and rubber duckies. I need the rubber duck. Where is that? Rubber duck bass release. Here we go. Actually, we got to put the rubber duck right here. Gotta take the water out of him first. Alright, got the rubber duck. He's not very rubberized anymore. He's kind of like, probably been sitting in the sun forever. Oh, he's on his side. We got to set him right here. Alright, there he is. Rubber duck bass release. Oh, there he is. Nice. All right, we got number 2. Now it's time to get a big one. That fish was weird. The way that fish bit was like, it was like boom, 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 and then it just like loaded up. It like hit it like 3 or 4 times. I could see the water swirling up behind my spinnerbait before he got it on the trailer hook too. That is why I always throw a trailer hook. At least when I'm, not necessarily when I'm practicing, but when I'm fishing to catch them and really want to catch them, trailer hook is just such a good way to go. I've caught so many fish and so many big fish on that little trailer hook. This is just a Gamakatsu trailer hook, but I've been messing around with these Gamakatsu Aaron Martins. I think they're like a G Finesse or something trailer hook. Those are really good. I'm not throwing that one right now, but they're a little bit stronger, I think, than this hook and hold a point probably a little bit better. But this one did the trick. See if we can get another one. See if we can get another one here. See if we can get a big one here. There's got to be a big one that wants to bite. Those are those little males that are moving up. Clearly there's some females up too, because we lost that one big one up around that tree, and that tree was real shallow too, so there's some females starting to slide up. I think I just found a crankbait floating on the water right here. Check this out, guys. What did we find right here? Oh, nice. Check that out. That's a good little crankbait. Heck yeah. We actually have another bait. That's a 6 cents square bill crankbait. Still in really, really good shape. I just saw that black top of that floating right there in the water. Cool. Looks like it was just recently lost. Those hooks are in good shape. I would tie that on right now if I needed to. But I don't think we're going to throw a square bill. That would definitely work in here though. Somebody's throwing some good stuff. Probably put that in my sweatshirt pocket. Try not to get hooked by it. Cool. The bottom of this pond's got a lot of like gummy kind of crap on it from all that died off primrose that grows in here during the summertime, and I just don't. Square bill might catch fish in here, but you're just going to get so much crud on your hooks. It's just going to be kind of a pain to fish through here without, you know, to keep it clean would just be a pain. That's why this spinnerbait works so good, because it just rolls right over all that stuff without getting it caught on there. There's one, guys. There's one. Another little male. I almost fell fighting that fish. Look at this, guys. Look at this. See the mud slide out right there? I almost fell fighting that bass. Look at that. Another one on the dang trailer hook, and that one was caught on the outside in. Another healthy fish though. Man, look how healthy that fish is. Kind of got some red eyeballs on him too. Another 2-pounder probably. I almost fell mid bass fight. All right, we'll get that one back. All right, we're starting to get some bites now. That one hit right by that cypress tree, right by the base of that cypress tree. He was hanging out. They definitely didn't want to come up to the surface, but they're biting that spinnerbait pretty good. That one, once again, didn't get hooked real good, but glad we had that trailer hook on there. We got him. All right, number 3 on the board. Time to catch a biggie. Look at that slide out from the mud there. That was from my foot. Trying to backtrack when I hooked that fish because he hit it so close to me. I almost fell. The water being so dirty, you can make multiple casts to something like that and maybe not get it by him the first couple, but not that time around. There he is, guys. There he is. No! Gosh dang it, that was a big one. Are you kidding me? Well, guys, that's pretty much the end of the line there as far as where I think I can get bit. 2 laps around this pond today. Grand total of 5 fish connected and hooked up, and then 2 other fish that kind of slapped at. I mean, that's pretty normal for here. You know, had a couple opportunities at those big ones that I was talking to you guys about. It's just a matter of capitalizing, and you catch those 2 fish, land those 2 fish, and it turns a okay day of pond fishing into a really good day of pond fishing. So you know, haven't been out here very long, couple hours, had those handful of bites, and I mean, I'm kind of bummed I lost those 2 big ones, I'm not gonna lie, but I think this is a good experience for you guys to kind of see and maybe learn from. And if you got some stained water ponds around you, or small bodies of water, stained water, and you got some shallow cover this time of the year, a spinnerbait like this here, this Nichols Pulsator with that little orange kicker blade, is a great bait to be throwing up around that shallow, you know, cover. So anyway, guys, gonna hit a few more casts here before we wrap things up. Gonna kind of trudge across here without trying to get soaking wet, and then we're probably gonna call it a day. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap up today's episode. I hate that I lost those 2 big fish. I was really looking forward to coming out and hitting this pond. I knew the opportunity to get a big bite was there. The conditions are just perfect to do it today. We've got these overcast skies, and I knew it was gonna be done on one of those wire baits, whether it was that buzz bait or that pulsator spinner bait. And today, that spinner bait was definitely the player. The buzz bait didn't get any love, and I think I got 7 bites total on the spinnerbait. 2 of them just kind of bumped it, and then those other ones got it, and I unfortunately lost the 2 biggest fish that I had bite all day today. But that's just how it goes. You guys got to kind of see. I don't think I could have done anything differently with those fish. It just is how it is sometimes. But I'm gonna wrap things up here, guys. Thanks for watching today's episode. Look forward to getting back on here and putting another episode out for you guys. I don't know what it's going to be. If you guys have any suggestions for what you want to see, drop it down in the comments below. If you enjoyed watching today, like the video, and if you're not already, guys, hit that subscribe button. Building a pretty awesome subscriber base here. We're up to like a little over 4,000, and I appreciate every single one of you guys watching. And like I said, if you're not already, smash subscribe for me, guys. Catch you later on another episode of Jacob Wall Fishing.